hung out with the girls. Always hung out with the girls. Always hung out with the girls. The girls, they accepted me.
Hi, and welcome to the Fluid Voice. I am, as usual, Ozma In The Dark, utilizing she, they pronouns for the purposes of... I don't know what the purpose is anymore. And purpose of taking a hiatus, I guess. I am here with Christy. How are you doing, Christy?
Hi, I'm Christy. I'm doing fine. I use she, her pronouns for the purposes of superliminal flight.
And and we're also here with Perfict. How are you doing, Perfict?
Doing fine, using he, him pronouns, and I do it on purpose, but I'm not sure what purpose.
Okay, and we are here once again with Chrisiousity. How are you doing, Chrissy?
I'm doing all right. I've had a long couple of weeks of cold, but I think I'm finally getting past it. But if you could hear it in my voice, that's what's wrong with me. And I go by she, they pronouns.
Yes, and we're here. Look, I set the topic to hiatus, goals, and Musk, but whatever we want to talk with regards to that. I had not necessarily completely planned the best, but to be fair, I was switching medication too in the middle of the week, which does not help with anything.
You went to testosterone. What?
No. No. Very much no. It will be nice to stop taking the horse pill spironolactone pills because they're way too big, and I will be glad to not have to take those after surgery in February. But no, I switched from Wellbutrin being used for ADHD to Strattera. It's its own thing. Probably too much information mentioning the medication I take, but whatever.
I don't know. I have a whole shelf here that I take every day, so.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's just start off bitching about Musk. Because, dear God, why?
Well, first let's check the bases. Has J.K. Rowling done anything stupid lately?
I have no doubt, but you know.
But nothing that's making the news. Okay, on to Musk.
Well, I mean, it's hard to, because Musk every day does another bad decision and then declares it to be the most brilliant decision everywhere, the brilliant decision ever, and then misrepresents the facts. That's generally what seems to happen.
Yeah, I think at this point, one of the biggest problems with Musk is that he is all over the place. You know, he'll say one thing and then say another thing that's the complete opposite of the thing that he said. You know, we're going to have moderation. No, we're not going to have moderation. We're going to do this. No, we're going to do that. And I think there's such an atmosphere now at Twitter of just not knowing what's going to happen. That is, you know, I don't care about Musk losing money.
Yeah.
He comes out explaining.
Twitter completely down with him. There are a lot of people who depend on Twitter for their livelihoods, or people in the global South who find it a good way to get messages out that might not otherwise be able to. So it will be very unfortunate if the whole thing just goes bust. But
Yeah.
See, that's made me. I can't help but think. You know how Rupert Murdoch would buy a cheap paper or open and compete with something else until he ruined that thing. Whatever was disseminating information to the people, he would just open up a cheaper one, and then he figured out that he didn't have to do that anymore, and he just bought National Geographic and trashed it. And part of me goes, is it possible that is his plan? That's the plan, is to buy Twitter and trash it, destroy it as an information source.
No, he was talking out his ass when he wanted to buy Twitter.
I think that's the case. I really do. I think you're right. And I think that it's just some, the paranoid conspiracy theory that maybe he intended, but you go, he is doing such a phenomenal job of trashing it.
I mean, so two things. One, before I forget, Bo, the fifth column, did a whole breakdown on how to make sure to connect with communities. That's really helpful, and knowing context wrench might pop that into chat in like a couple minutes. If not, I can make sure to try to pin it. It was, I had done most of this stuff because, like, currently I'm on Tumblr and co-host and the Mastodon.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a Gab account. I actually do.
Yeah, but like keeping the same name and following like a major influential person in the community on like another site can help, and then you can follow other people and there can be follow backs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I think Elon originally wasn't planning to. I'm pretty sure Elon wasn't planning to buy Twitter, but it like, because I don't think Twitter really had competition. Not really. Facebook was kind of blah. Facebook is kind of nobody. Not nobody. A lot of people don't want to use Facebook anymore. And now a lot of people don't want to use Twitter anymore. So people are to some degree finding whatever source they can, it seems. And I've tried to follow everyone back, but like, it's just a nightmare for people who genuinely use Twitter for important stuff. Yep, Context Wrench posted the link in chat.
No, I don't think he intended to, and I think he was just trying to bully them. But they said, no, money where your mouth is. That's what you said you were going to do. Now you got to do it. It's like, it's about time put up or shut up is somebody said to him.
It's hard to imagine that, even having been forced to spend the amount of money he was forced to spend, and of course it's not his money, it's other people's money, but he's in it too. And given his narcissism, using narcissism in a more colloquial, his obvious need to be admired and loved by many people. It's very hard to believe that he is just singularly just trying to tank the whole thing. Pure goal. And I'm not sure that he at this point has an actual goal. He doesn't seem to have gone in with a very well thought out plan of anything, honestly.
Yeah, isn't France potentially stopping Twitter from working in it due to content moderation problems?
Yeah, France, New Zealand, because a video of the shooter was uploaded and Twitter didn't catch it because nobody's working at Twitter anymore. And I think Brussels has already decided. So like there are whole countries just going, no, we can't have you here if actual terrorist content is just going to slip by you because you've gutted your workforce. So I mean, we'll also have to see how that happens. He's lost quite a lot of his advertising revenue. I feel like at some point he will drive the whole thing. And claim.
They're leaving in droves.
Yeah.
His claim of being a free speech absolutist. He's a free speech absolutist. He thinks that in order for there to be true freedom of speech, there has to be freedom of consequences for your speech. He's that far into the absolutist, but he's willing to censor people for making fun of him.
Yeah, Beast Nation mentions Twitter is on fire. You don't need Marla, the MFer burn. No, seriously, let it burn. I mean, yeah, I agree with you, except, like I said, except for people. The frustrating part is there are communities that were created on Twitter, and not everybody is knowledgeable in how the best way to continue having the support and mutual aid that they need. Some people are, and
Twitter has proven to be a powerful tool against dictators.
And
not
now,
really.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it took a lot for them to kick Trump.
In South America. Oh, not against Trump. It wasn't Trump. It wasn't we're really not. That we're talking about, genuine dictators, and
Oh yeah, not authoritarian people who want to be dictators. That's fair.
right. And it's that's something that would be lost. A need that needs to be fulfilled. I'm sure something will work out that will do that. Mastodon. Something. I mean, it doesn't have to be named Twitter.
But more likely, a lot of stuff will be temporary, and then what's probably the most likely thing to happen is a former Twitter employee will probably figure out a way to make since most of them left or got fired, one of them will probably make a alternate not Twitter thing that has similar functionality to what Twitter used to have, and people will probably come back to that in droves. But in the meantime, Mastodon, Tumblr, and I mean, there are good parts to Mastodon and there are bad parts to Mastodon. Depends on what part of Mastodon, because I know there are, depending on which Mastodon server determines how much racist rhetoric is moderated properly. Because it's a lot of different Mastodon servers that work together in the Fediverse. So, good and bad, and I've seen criticisms, and there's also the fact the thing is, although Mastodon is in a lot of ways the closest to Twitter of all the current other options.
I haven't done that.
Yeah, the other thing is that, Musk sent out notice to all his employees that they had to respond. It was by 5:00 or something. He announced that he was altering their contracts and their employment conditions. And if they didn't agree to them, they would be let go, and with a severance pay, which really doesn't matter. He was saying, before you contact, you can't consult a lawyer. You have to either agree or take the severance package. That's called fired. And it will get them out of their non-compete contracts. Which is why so many of them took it. They went, well, I'm out of here.
I think Tabby is.
You can't say I'm altering your contract, and before you talk to a lawyer, you have to either agree or leave.
Right, I do not alter it again.
I think Tabby brings up another point.
I do not alter it further.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But Tabby brings up that Mastodon seems more set up for groups to set up their own Twitter-like thing, which I feel is more of a forum. Which Tabby feels is more of a forum. Does that better for sort of group communication? I think it's a bit complicated. If you can find a decent group, sometimes it's easier to find people in the group you're looking for, but it's also harder to find people to have communication outside that group. So you're simultaneously more visible and less visible.
Okay. I have no idea what the workings of Mastodon are at all.
So you pick a server, you tend to be more visible in that server, and whoever you're friends with or whoever you're following on Mastodon, regardless of server. But you don't see, like, Fediverse is like so many different servers that it's like seeing everybody's tweet, so it's too much information sometimes and not enough visibility and expansion other times. So, like, but at the same time, there is benefits when it comes to content creation. If you're talking about a smaller server, if other people in the server are more likely to be able to see you, so that can help for more specialized stuff. Also, Christy, you've been mute for a while and you haven't said anything. Hopefully, I don't want to be talking over you.
I don't really have an opinion right now on Mastodon. I'm going to be trying it out. I'm going to try out a bunch of things, but it's really hard for me to know right now. You know what I mean? Without having had experience of some of these platforms. There's describing what a platform does, and then there is actually the use of it in and I feel like I learn things better when I use them. and I've used Mastodon a tiny bit, not enough. And also, one of the problems that I'm finding is there's been something of a Twitter exodus. I can't tell how big it is, but there have been a lot of people at least looking into other places, right? And so I think
a decent amount.
What?
A decent amount. There's a website to specifically look for everyone that you follow on Twitter to see what their Mastodon account is, so you can follow them on Mastodon more easily.
Yeah. But everyone I know, and I know a lot of people, is some people are going to Mastodon, some people are going to Tumblr, some people are checking it to post, or, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been necessarily a set place that everyone has agreed, yeah, we're all going here. Or even the vast majority have necessarily agreed on. So, but I find that there's so many people who are new users or who are trying to get into certain servers, so you can't get into certain servers because they're overwhelmed, or, there's a lot of that kind of thing going on. So it's just, it'll be a while before I think things shake out and we find out, how things will work. But Twitter is becoming more and more unusable. So it was never exactly a wonderful place to be, but it has been kind of ridiculous with just the emboldened nature of the people who have been emboldened by this, and they are all out, and
What was the percentage increase of the use of the N-word, or was it just slurs in general?
It was ridiculously high. It was just like
There were people doing all kinds of statistics on it, but yeah,
Okay.
Not much you can say.
BB says 500%. So, that's what I thought, but I didn't have other confirmation because that seemed too high. But at the same time, that does make sense.
There's conflicting information on it, but it's a matter of 300%, 600%. It's hundreds of percent.
Well, and also a lot of left accounts, especially left accounts that specifically watch the right. At Crime Think, off the top of my head, was one. Just people who keep an eye on this shit on Twitter. And, Andy No was basically just telling Elon Musk to, get rid of this guy, get rid of this guy. Well, if you know Andy No, you know that you should not be asking him anything, and certainly not on his say-so, be banning people. Because he is a hugely fascist enabling pseudo-journalist.
Wait, are you saying that you shouldn't agree to fascists and then say, and especially not agree to fascists and then say you're moderate?
Or and say you're a free speech absolutist, but if this fascist tells me that you've been a naughty boy and he doesn't like your journalisming, I'm just gonna toss you out, and do that multiple times. That's just ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and also didn't news sites stop posting on Twitter? A few of them.
I'm sorry?
Didn't news sites stop posting on Twitter with their official account because they didn't want to be? I swear that there's at least one news site that stopped posting on Twitter.
I can imagine so, yes.
Since the blue check thing happened, and people have been concerned that there's no way to validate whether it's really them or somebody else. So the best way to sort of manage that would be just not to be on there, so they can clearly say anything you see on there that supposedly comes from us is not coming from us because we're not there.
Well, yeah, and that stopped real quick after people were doing that to Elon.
So,
Yeah, stop being funny then.
Free speech absolutist, but not parody. You need to explicitly say parody.
Strange
Yeah.
stuff.
Not parody. Not when it comes to me. Yeah, that's right. But even people just making fun of him, just posting and making fun of him, particularly his employees, they aren't allowed to say anything bad about Elon now.
and that's been a long-term thing. Elon Musk has always been terrible to the people who work for him. There have been multiple attempts at unionizing that have gone awry. There have been lawsuits. There have been demonstrations of racism and other poor hiring practices. So, none of it is surprising that he's just garbage to work for. He's just the worst.
Well, I mean, his main skill seems to be manipulating stock prices due to what he says, and buying companies and then getting them to sign things to retroactively put him as a founder, even though he wasn't.
Yeah, Tesla was an already existing company.
Yeah, he did it with Tesla, and he did it with PayPal, and I think did he already do it with Twitter? He might have also done it with Twitter.
Oh. Strange. That's it? All right.
Well, change the legend.
I'm officially against immigration from South Africa.
I
The thing is that with the what I was trying to be getting to the with the firing thing, he phrased it weirdly like a rallying cry. He was trying to call them to a greater service to Twitter or whatever. I don't know what he was thinking of with it, but as Context Brent pointed out, he literally told them they had to check a box to agree to this and return it by end of day. Oh, okay. That was so phenomenally stupid that I go, he can't be just trying to destroy it. That can't be intentional. That speaks against the intentional because he's releasing them to go work for other people.
Yeah.
Other services like Mastodon, who must be needing them now because a lot of people are migrating them there. So, they could use the personnel, and you're trained and ready and willing to work,
Context.
Why would he be releasing them that way?
The way you put it reminds me of passing a note in study hall, Do you like me? Checkbox. Yes or no?
Context wrench. I had heard bad reviews about Hive social media. I can't remember if it was the managerial thing, or didn't they fire an alt-right person in Hive recently? I swear that was something. Don't quote me. Let me look up.
I have heard bad things about Hive too, but I'm not clear on the details and don't really want to. You don't want to just spread rumors.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's cool. Come on.
Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. I'm sorry.
It's all right to say.
Hive has 2 employees, so I doubt it. Okay. I don't know enough about Hive. I could swear there's something bad about Hive.
Okay.
I know negative things. I just don't quite remember.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember them either. This is the thing where
Well,
Hive used to do Truth Social, work for provide content moderation services to Truth Social, the company Hive. I don't know if the company Hive. That's the thing. Is that related to the company Hive, or is the service related to company Hive, or is something? Yeah. I have so many more questions because maybe people are mixing up two different hives. Unless it is the same thing. About.
I was trying to.
Hive Social might be a different thing.
I watched a couple things
than
of
Hive.
People. I thought people were talking over me, and then it turns out I was muted. I started typing. I typed in alternatives, and I didn't even get to the second word before the first choice was alternatives to Twitter. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm not the only person who's checking that out. I mean, obviously not, but you know. Did I close that window? Of course I closed the window because I'm an idiot.
But when that's beating out alternative medicine and so on, that's actually kind of impressive, yeah.
Wait, Hive Social doesn't have updates since October 2021 on their website. It's just like, yeah, this is just weird. Look, it's a weird time. A lot of people are used to Twitter, I think.
Elon Musk has saddled Twitter with $1.5 billion a year in interest payments on what it cost to buy it, the loans taken to buy it. That's what it has to make profitability, which I think it's being crippled in its ability to make at this point. I have trouble understanding how it could make that. The people who lent the money are shopping to sell the debt, and they are looking for 70 cents on the dollar, and all they've been offered, their best offer is for 60 cents on the dollar. But when they're willing to take a guaranteed 30% bass at this point, I think that they have seen the writing on the wall as it's doomed.
Oh yeah, no, the Twitter,
and they're willing to lose 30% of their money.
Twitter is maybe going to. Twitter is either going to continue on in the same way MySpace does, or it will die within 6 months because of. I don't know, Christy disappeared. Because of really bad management. Okay, so it seems. Okay, so Hive is a company and Hive Social is a different company. So they seem to be two completely unrelated things. but Hive Social seems to be only mobile devices. So I don't want to deal with mobile devices. I'm lazy. I grew up in the 90s. I don't want to deal with the mobile devices.
Well, generally, there's something you can get. You can make your computer pretend to be a mobile device.
Yeah.
In general.
That feels like effort.
Yeah, it does feel like effort.
I want effort free.
I'm pretty sure I already tried to do that at some point earlier. Oh yeah, it was when I was considering possibly trying to make an app. Because the easiest way to program it on the computer is to, or like one of the easier ways to program it is to emulate a mobile device, and there are various programs that can emulate mobile devices. But I stopped doing that, and I can't remember why. Welcome back.
Hello. My computer crashed.
That sucks.
Elon Musk heard you were talking about him.
Must be.
What, and fired the people working on your internet service?
Yep.
That would be, yes. That would be one option. I'm sure he has others.
That's the only way I could imagine him actually stopping
in
it.
place. He's a master of this game. He's playing 4D chess.
Oh God.
No, I had too much open, and I hadn't closed it for a while, so it doesn't like that.
Or it could be that.
Yeah, that'll do that depending on the device. But yeah,
Are you suggesting that it may not be the moment to go off on a paranoid tear?
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, Musk is pretty average business person, just with a personality of some sort and very few inhibitions, it seems, with regards to, I was gonna say with regards to exposing himself. Whatever, that doesn't sound right. He cares about his image.
Battery. He wanted to get into the battery business.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to build a better battery. He wanted to buy a company that would build batteries for him.
Well, yes. Well, that's why Tesla was to do for the. He needed a customer for his batteries, which it does sound a little bit like he's, just the Kilkenny cats, and a bag full of cats that eat each other and never run out of cats that way.
Well, he does know how to make.
There's a certain magic.
Well, he knows how to make money, and he has a massive ego, but not because he knows how to run business as well. It's more so that his businesses sometimes produce good things when he stops getting in their shit.
Well,
also,
yeah.
wasn't he the one with the dick rocket?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that his management style, if you will, is more of a startup energy. It's something you can do when it's when you're dealing with a relatively new company, but an established company that's been around for years and years and has a set workforce and culture and all that, you know, you can't just kind of go in and say, and take that energy and expect it to be embraced, you know. Or unless you're Elon Musk, which apparently you can try.
Yep. One of the suggestions.
Well, that's the, you know, I'm going to be the champion of play through.
Oh, sorry. One of the suggestions is Counter Social, which I've never heard of before. Any thoughts, feelings?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I honestly
Counter-social?
just picked a few things that I actually knew how to use and or had an account that I wasn't using on that website, and was like, because I've had a Tumblr account for a few years, I just never used it. And someone I liked, really liked on Twitter, went to co-host, so I joined that. And Mastodon, I was trying out when Elon announced he was going to get Twitter. I sort of set things up before Elon officially bought Twitter. I was like, okay, let me just add a few things here, just a few little nest eggs in case things go horribly wrong. And then they did. I worry about long-term consequences a lot.
Yeah.
Where Ozma co-host? Ozma in the Dark. Co-host is the one where, for some reason, I have a dash. And it's because I kept getting called Ozbane on Twitch when I raided a channel, so on co-host, and only on co-host, I have it with dashes like that, but Ozma in the Dark is generally where you can find me if I'm on the website. I just know I'm less likely to check anything other than Tumblr, Mastodon, and co-host. No, there's a really there's some really nice people who just happen to go to co-host, which I just like that, but it feels very much like a snug small community for some reason. Maybe that's because I'm not following a ton of people on co-host. But I mean, that's kind of nice too. I know, yeah, just a lot of people moved to Mastodon too, and a few people stayed with Twitter, are writing Twitter to the end. Which probably is not the best choice long term, but I'm not going to tell people what to do.
Okay.
And I think there are a few. There's one Discord I joined as well. Yeah, like I said, been on Discord more because of no Twitter.
I don't know. There's some strange people on Discord.
Yep. That's for sure. Like me.
Yeah, I'm also on Discord. No, there's Oh, now Perfict has disappeared. Maybe it's the Musk talk is causing people's computers to crash. Well, as long as my computer doesn't crash, the stream will still continue. Or as long as my internet doesn't for no reason disappear. But yeah, no, I am also strange. And on Discord. But no, it's interesting because, like, just about everywhere has some of the worst people and some genuinely, like, really nice, good people.
Yeah. I think on Discord you can curate your experience more, but that's a pro and a con, you know?
Yeah, because you have to be in an... The best way for that to occur is to be in an active Discord, and some Discord servers die.
And some just should die, and they don't. So you never know.
Yeah. But, like, no, I found some good Discords because I found nice people on Twitch I followed. For some reason, like, there's, like, a really nice furry community on certain parts of Twitch. And I just ended up following a bunch of them.
You know, that's how I came out. I started following trans. I started being more and more in trans Twitter.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Actually,
No.
yes. I did something with someone else that I did with you too. Was I asked a complete stranger said something that absolutely connected with me, and I basically asked her for permission to come out.
Yeah, there's just a lot of LGBTQ accepting overlap with a decent amount of furry communities. At least the ones on Twitch, at least the ones I've found on Twitch. But then again, if you follow nice people, nice chill streamers, and they're friends with other nice chill streamers, it's very easy to find where a lot of the good people are. Because there are awful people on Twitch as well. In fact, there are awful people everywhere.
Here's my encounter with the furry community. Other than there's a handful I follow. I was at Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, with my then girlfriend, and her niece was a pursuit designer.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, she was really good. She was really in high demand. But she spent almost the entire time making fun of and degrading the furry community.
Oh.
Freaks and stuff. And somehow the word got out not to patronize her services any longer. And I don't know how that happened.
I mean, at some point, someone's going to hear
No, that's me being coy.
Oh, okay.
You're not good with coy.
No, I'm not. No, there's a lot of overlap with artistic communities. So,
Everyone
because I like to draw.
is cool. I just don't like. I'm not too involved in it, so.
Yeah, I'm not too involved. I just have more motivation to be partially involved because I like drawing. And that's not the most uncommon in drawing communities. There, because you know, support. Oh, Perfict is here. Oops. I have a waiting room.
Did you let him in?
I did click the admit now. I don't know how slow I was because I didn't know how long Perfict was there. Yeah, I probably would have had a lot safer feeling coming out if I had communities to follow. The closest thing I had was the Transmedicalist forum.
You.
What's it called? I keep forgetting.
I don't know. I just avoid them. Transmedicalist. Let's not do that.
Well, it was a trans forum. It just had a lot of transmedicalists. Not always good advice because there was a lot of older trans people in it. What was that called?
Older trans people are people too, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. No, I just meant that people who had dealt with transition services that had improved, and they didn't. They recommended against stuff that would have been genuinely. That's genuinely good now. That was not necessarily good at the time that the person got the particular procedure done. I'm thinking more in terms of vocal feminization surgery. There's a lot of criticism of that on that server. Despite the fact that things had improved by the time a lot of people were on it. Because I didn't see it until like 2000. This is like 2007, 2008.
Oh, okay.
I am back in greater full.
Yes.
I heard you joining me in your paranoid rambling, so this being all the fault of Muscovites.
Yeah.
Wait, Muscovites?
Haha.
I totally don't. Wait, is that the term being used? Oh man, I do not pay
Muscovians?
attention to stuff.
Muscovite is the proper term for people from Moscow, yes. And for Elon Musk, who's allowing all those people back here. So, see?
Yep. Muscovian. We can call them Muscovians.
I'm probably not going to remember. I should probably not even try to look it up. The site I was trying to think of.
Ilanovich.
Ilanovich. Lanovich Masuians. I don't know why I'm saying stuff like I'm gonna have a reply. I'm just processing out loud, I think, at this point.
Okay.
No, that's a news site. Sorry, I'm still going through the stuff in my head and trying to remember the website. Yeah, I guess. First off, hiatus and self-care is good, right? I don't know why I'm like worrying about that now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Self-care is always good.
Well,
Okay.
since we're at the 9 o'clock, here's the plan as I know it, and I'll say it to the audience. We are going to try and come back with the two of us and someone else for a little while starting in January. But we don't have a someone else yet, so we'll work it out.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan, actually. Actually sounds like a really good plan.
Yes.
Yeah, because I won't be back to doing anything until April because I don't believe in taking the minimum amount of time off after surgery.
Well, no.
Um,
Of course, I'm getting mine done. My mother's going to be taking care of me, so I'm going to want to take the minimum time. Part of that's intentional, obviously.
yeah,
I see. You're looking at that as motivation, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't like starting anything halfway through a month either. I like starting at the beginning of the month.
Well, every day is the beginning of the month.
I hate you because you're correct, but like no, it's that, and like I said, I do want to make sure I have extra recovery time planned out just in case something there's a need for in case anything goes wrong or whatever. I don't want to set a time and then have to move it again.
Yeah.
That too is another
Better to
part
have
of
and not
what,
need.
yeah. And
Sorry. Better to have and not need rather than to need and not have.
yes. Yeah, and so that's like a month and a half after surgery, and a month is like the minimum before going back to work. So it's not that it's the right amount of time because I'll probably feel restless anyways. with too much time off. But like I also need to make sure, like I said, I think I said this on the show too before. I might have said before the show. I need to make sure to do my best to get in the best shape and lose as much weight so that they don't have a reason to reject me or delay the surgery longer, because I don't want that. Nobody wants that. It took too long to get to the surgery point. I don't want to delay it.
Yeah.
We all wish you the best of luck. And
Well, yes.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, in general, I still plan to do. It won't be. It probably won't be until I show back up in April, but like I'll probably have the new images because I did want to do that every year. To just have new images for everyone because I've improved in drawing a little, and I also slightly changed. I want mine to reflect my hairstyle more for this year, so I might change my hairstyle yearly too. I don't know. That's other thoughts. That has more to do with the fact that I take a lot of inspiration from Drawfee when it comes to drawing related stuff, including deleting my art. No, that's not always the case, but sometimes it's just like, don't worry about it, and you can just delete it and do something else if you feel like it, because if you don't feel like doing the art, don't force yourself to do that art piece even if it's not finished. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because that used to stress me out a lot when I tried to do that, but yeah, and this time I'll fix the mistakes I made previously with the art, which is not all the imagery is filled in completely. I didn't do the best job filling it in. It was like my first time trying something. So, shock. If you try something, if you try something, you're not like an expert at it right away.
I'm right now. I'm just at the point in terms of art where I'm willing to call myself a fiber artist after many, 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 many years of actually doing it and just being like, well, I craft, I make things. And just accepting the fact that no, it's a little more than that. I design, I pick colors, I use yarns or threads or linens the way that some people use paint or pen and ink, and I have to value myself,
Or digital pens and drawing pads.
Grandmother was an art instructor. And so doing arts and crafts with grandma was actually getting art lessons. But one of the things she taught was art is an action word. You commit art. You do art. Sometimes art leaves a residue, like paintings. And sometimes art doesn't leave a residue, like dancing. But somebody can film it and make a record of the art. And that the art is what happens between the artist and their medium. It's a relationship between the artist and their medium, and that is the art. And sometimes the art leaves a record, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's the thing that's art. So anything can be art.
Can I just say also that just makes me think of because Chuck Chingle did like another thing about writing, and that some people are writers before they've even written a word or whatever. that it's like more than just one thing, being a writer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chuck Tingle has surprisingly wholesome posts
Yes.
and is really inclusive.
It does seem like just an absolute sweetheart of a guy, honestly.
Yeah, no, Chuck Tingle is amazing, and Tingle was at an event or something in my state, and now I'm sad that I didn't try to interact with him, but I didn't know Chuck Tingle, so, or any of that stuff, so during the event I didn't really.
I always just go up to people and talk to them. It's part of the social anxiety is that I'm scared of everything, so I'm not really frightened of anything.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Or, well, maybe. I tend to, if I get scared enough of something, then it's like, well, I'll just do it. And then it stops being frightening after I start doing it. But it's the thought of starting to do the thing that's scarier than doing the thing. It's usually how stuff works anyways, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also I grew up around celebrities, so that was not something that really ever. I have a higher, what do you call it? Higher opinion of myself than I should.
I mean, depends. I don't know how high you're.
Or you could just call it a threshold of celebrity.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. It's hard to judge how much you should like yourself, and it's also very easy. Usually, if you're thinking about it, chances are you don't actually put yourself on that high of a standard, even if it feels like it's higher than it should be. That's just my opinion. If you actually have the self-reflection to think about it, chances are you are not involved with an overinflated ego. Maybe that's just me guessing.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's just...
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, what's up with Musk's haircut? Terrible. Like, it is the blandest. It's simultaneously like the blandest haircut and like it's so nothing. Like, it's not even. It's not it's just bad enough to not be like stereotypical executive, but also not anything interesting. It's like a middle-class high schooler haircut that he never changed.
Yeah.
Musk's haircut is Richard Spencer, but not combed. Is it? I don't know why I never... Because Richard Spencer has...
I suspect
No, because Musk's haircut is a lot. Oh, I guess sometimes Musk has a haircut closer to. It's not even. It's like he doesn't want to commit completely to that sort of edgy hairstyle. So it's like, God, his hair is. I'm just looking at pictures, and how is his hair so bad? Why is it? Why? How is it that bad? Sorry, I'm distracted by this. The thought crossed my mind, and now that I'm looking at the evidence, I'm like, yeah, his hair is bad. It's like, it's not super short, but it's short enough that you can't really do a lot with it, but he manages to find the worst choice in terms of what to do with it, which it might also be his business thought process.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it now. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there is a thing where if you are so rich and so narcissistic that you can't tolerate people telling you anything negative, you're going to end up with some bad haircuts, you know? Like at the minimum, that's going to be a problem because nobody's going to come up to you and say, "Look, Elon, dude, what is this? What's with the thing? What are you?" No.
But yeah, stop. I think it looks like the recent ones might be the ones that are closer to Richard Spencer, but
yeah, he's kind of
a worse haircut,
shavy, uppy towards, you know. It's just, yeah, like he clearly does not tolerate people saying negative things about him, so nobody's going to come up to him and be like, you know, your hair.
Context Wrench says he probably does it himself without looking because he's the best at everything.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't pay like a hairdresser, you know, who charge a lot of money because he's just ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, he does seem to be really cheap. I don't know. I don't understand billionaires. You know what? I'm not sure I will ever understand billionaires.
I don't think they should be understood. I think they should be stopped. Just not exist.
I would like to have the opportunity to understand billionaires. Just the experience of having billions of dollars, just, you know, for a couple of years.
Well, win the lottery. It's that easy.
Yeah, there's that.
Or have rich family members, billionaire family members. That's pretty much the only way to become a billionaire, practically. Most people can't get out of whatever class system they're born into, but like, millionaire is something that people can theoretically achieve.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in that level of wealth because it just seems like, I mean, do these people look like they're having a lot of fun to you? Like, they don't to me. You get somebody like Betsy DeVos who has something like 12 yachts.
Well, I don't actually know because like
fucking Betsy.
Most billionaires are not super well-known people. It's just the weird billionaires who are like the well-known people. You know, like Musk and various others. But like, I don't know, most billionaires probably just have a decent time with their billions of dollars and not thinking about money because it's not something they have to think about.
Most billionaires don't spend their money launching themselves into to space or Twitter into hell. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's usually just the few billionaires who also have an ego big enough to do that, but like most of them just sort of hang on to billions of dollars, and for reasons I don't know.
I suppose there's probably rules against saying certain things about solutions to problems with having billionaires. All right, so what is the world's billionaire population?
I think it's probably like 100.
It won't work. You can't feed the homeless by feeding them billionaires. I've done the math.
It's not enough money.
Hi. Come on. All right, so
It's not the money. I'm just saying feeding them billionaires. You just
3,300.
take the billionaires and feed them directly to the homeless.
Sorry, what was that, Chrissy?
There are 3,311 billionaires worldwide.
Oh, geez, that's more than I thought.
Most of them are in the U.S., with almost 1,000 in the U.S., and then the rest are in pretty much Europe, Russia, Canada.
Well, yeah, there was I saw a John the Duncan breakdown of how capitalism works to keep largely companies in the global north rich.
There's some in Asia, China.
Technically, that's not.
In Brazil, so that's interesting because it does not appear like anywhere else other than Brazil.
Brazil's close to fascist, so that makes sense.
In Africa, overall,
None.
well, there's 46 in the whole continent. So, and I'm guessing.
Wait, where?
And most of them are in South Africa, I would imagine.
Oh.
Showing me where it might be.
Oh, I wasn't seeing. I was looking at map one.
And
It
then
wasn't sure. Oh, it does say 46 in Africa. Yeah, probably largely South Africa. Maybe a couple in Egypt.
yeah, and
I mean, China's like a major company or a major country. Sorry.
yeah,
With a lot of resources. China's not like a third world country or whatever. China's not completely China has similar issues to America in terms of pushing some members of society down and class inequality, but some of that's also because we can't continue the system we have now because we're just at some point capitalism is not well set up to continue.
no.
Not indefinitely. At some point you run out of cheap labor, or the cheap labor starts fighting back, and people might have an issue with you militarily interfering with people just to try to get cheap labor because of information transfer. But yeah. Forgot about Vince McMahon or whatever. Yeah, some billionaires just don't shut up. Some are just the worst. Why not? Yeah, obviously Dubai has a decent number of billionaires. Really distracted by this, but yeah.
There's no such thing as a decent number of billionaires.
No, they all need to go.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
If that wasn't clear to anybody listening,
Poor language. Poor choice in language. Plus, wait, was Dubai the World Cup place where they built a bunch of stuff on migrant labor, which was abused?
no, I don't think that's in Dubai. You can ask
Where
me
was
sports questions.
No, the World Cup was in Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Qatar. Okay. Because there's a lot of wealth in Qatar as well.
Yeah, and that's not going well. So
Well, yeah, because they're more migrant workers that they're practically working like slave labor in Qatar to build the stuff easily. Sorry, I saw that distinction. I saw that again. Maybe it's because he was connected with .lol, and my brain went, "Wait, so one of those people is connected with Mastodon.lol?" No, that was a typing thing. My brain's just weird. But yeah, no, it's billionaires are a problem because why, but also because, dear God, we don't redistribute wealth enough.
workers of the world, unite. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Easier said than done, but
Well,
yeah.
No one ever said it was going to be easy.
Well, yeah. There needs to be either a better, more organized, or a better, or a lot more people understanding organization needs to occur, and also, or either that or something really, I mean, that might take too long, which is the concern, which is why something very atypical may need to occur. Something non-violent and atypical that breaks the system, or the social end of the system, or at least the ways in which people can easily.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. My voice is starting to fail.
Discriminate. Well, that's fine because we are near the end of the show. You know what? It's probably the last one this year. So, let's just have a chill time. Oh wait, no, I wanted to do the song. Whatever. I'll do that after this.
What song?
After. My Way.
Oh.
Look, it's a good it's a good ending song for the year. Look, and I wasn't drinking this year, so, or last year. Is that just the first finale that I did that?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of playing things by ear. Chrissy, where can people find you?
Well, right now you can find me on Twitter at Chrisiousity. Also, that's who I am on YouTube. It's who I am pretty much everywhere. And I don't know yet where I will eventually end up, but wherever it will be, I will keep the name Chrisiousity, which is for all its quirks. It's not a hard. It's not like there are a lot of other Chrisiosities lining up. So
Yeah. And that should help. I only linked your YouTube, and because I didn't know if I should link your Twitter, because I didn't know if you even wanted that link.
it's fine either way, really, honestly.
Okay. Well, I'll choose the lazy way because I'm tired.
I'll
Christy-
have to actually do like another video for the first time in I don't know how long, months.
I swear it's been like a year. I looked at your channel recently. Or was
Yeah,
it months?
it's been a while.
It's been a while, at least on your channel. I know you've been elsewhere, or I'm pretty sure you've been elsewhere.
Yeah,
Because you're on Kevin Logan's stuff occasionally, right?
we have Rolling Left is our channel where we do role playing and stuff. We do that Saturdays, Thursdays, Sundays. I'm sure it's more of a collective channel. It's a leftist collective role playing channel. So I'm there too. And so, yeah.
Why can't I find that easily on YouTube? Or is it not YouTube?
It's Twitch.
Oh, Twitch. That's why. Well, I'm gonna add that to the links after the show. Christy, where can people find you?
You can find me on my channel. I've already got the first video written-ish because the stupid research into comics is just, there's too much that's on the side that won't fit into the book that I really want to talk about. So I'm going to just do that.
Okay.
So it's Christy Abbey, same as here. And on Twitter, if I ever go back, it's Christy L. Abbey with just the middle initial L. Oh, one thing. And that's about it. I mean, you can find me on Facebook, but I won't friend you. So, unless I know you, I won't friend you.
I mean, that's fair. I almost never use Facebook. I use Facebook Messenger probably the most out of anything in Facebook. And usually that's someone I know, I'm aware of. Perfect. Where can people find you? Perfect. Oh, your sound is not connected. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna be on hiatus, so you won't see me anywhere until like April. Probably perfect. Where can people find you?
Everybody knows where they can find me. I was just trying to make it back in time to say bye-bye.
Oh, okay. Fair.
And I want a special thanks to the person, someone who's known me, one of the few people around who's known me since before I came out. That's scary. Well, you have. You knew me from way back.
Yeah, it's been years, hasn't it? We've been friends for years now. It's so hard to, like, time just flies, but no.
Yeah.
It has been a great pleasure.
And yes, thank you so much for coming on our indeterminate hiatus show.
Well, when y'all come back, give me a yell.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I'm too busy laughing. I'm not even singing, really. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
Thank you, everybody, and take care of yourselves. And
Hey, excellent triumphant song.
your voice your voice matters. Your life matters, and you matter.
Life and voice.
Life and voice.
It's reversed on purpose.
I know, and sometimes I think that instinctively, and then I still get it wrong. Everybody, your life matters, your voice matters, and you matter. And take care of yourselves. And we'll be back sometime, possibly probably early next year. Although I won't be back until April. Bye.
I love you.
Peace.
Uh,